The day Lagos taught me about Omo Onile, the fence mystery. A man in Alimosho, Lagos, woke up one morning and stared at his fence. Half of it was gone, not stolen, not destroyed in anger, just removed neatly. Confused, he called the bricklayer. The bricklayer laughed and said, "Oga, you never agreed the Omo Onile o." Now the man was even more confused. He had paid for the land, he had the documents, he had the survey. But Lagos was about to teach him something every landowner eventually learns. Sometimes in Lagos, paperwork is only the beginning of the conversation. Who are the Omo Onile? If you've ever tried to buy land in Lagos, you've probably heard this phrase, Omo Onile. In Yoruba, it simply means children of the landowner. And historically, that is exactly who they are. Long before Lagos became a megacity of over 20 million people, before Lekki, before Ajah, before Banana Island, land in Lagos belonged to families and communities. Families like the Legushi, the Oniru, the Ojora. For generations, land was passed down through family lineage and community agreements. No land registry, no digital survey, no family name was a title deed, and everyone in the community respected that system. It worked for centuries until modern Lagos started growing faster than anyone expected. When Lagos started expanding rapidly, two systems began to exist side by side. The modern legal land system with documents, surveys, and government approvals. The second one was the traditional community system where families still felt responsible for land passed down from their ancestors. And that's where the famous Lagos question appears. Have you settled your Onile? Now, before you panic, this is not always what social media makes it look like. Most times, these interactions are actually community negotiations. Think of it like this. You bought the land legally, but the community has lived there for generations, still wants to be acknowledged and included in the developments happening around them. So they may request things like community recognition, small development contributions, support for local infrastructure. In many places today, these conversations are structured and peaceful. But if nobody explains the cultural side of land ownership in Lagos, the whole thing can feel confusing. Here's the funny part. Most Lagos developers will tell you this rule. The documents secure the land, but relationships secure the peace. And if you understand that early, your building process becomes much smoother. Experienced builders in Lagos have already figured out the formula. Before construction starts, they do three things. One, community introduction. They meet local leaders and introduce the project. Two, transparent communication. They explain what they are building and how it benefits the area. Three, mutual respect. Because when communities feel respected, they often become protectors of the project instead of obstacles. In fact, many construction sites in Lagos today operate smoothly because the local community actively helps safeguard them. So the Omo Onile system isn't always a conflict story. Sometimes it's simply Lagos culture meeting modern development. Let me tell you the part that made the Alimosho man laugh later. Months after the first incident, he finally met the community elders. They didn't come to argue. They came with kola nuts and palm wine. One elder told him, "Young man, the land may have new papers, but the history is still here. When we understand each other, everybody wins." They talked, they laughed, and eventually the community helped him finish the house faster than expected. When his son later got married, guess who helped organize the wedding tents? The same Omo Onile he had been afraid of months earlier. So what is the real lesson about land in Lagos? It's this. Lagos is a city where modern systems and traditional heritage still live together. Documents matter, but so do relationships, respect, and community understanding. The smartest property investors in Lagos know how to balance both worlds. Because when you understand the culture, the Omo Onile are not your enemies. They are simply the living history of the land. So next time someone tells you they bought land in Lagos, don't panic. Just ask them one question. Have you greeted the Omo Onile yet? Because in Lagos, the land may belong to you, but the story of the land belongs to everyone. And if you respect that story, you build more than a house, you build peace.